Hey everybody, welcome back to our new series, The 10. It's the only top 10 countdown you need to be watching on this channel. But if you go watch another top 10 channel, we're not going to be mad. Because, I mean, we watch Count Out by going in Raw.
Right.
Yeah.
We watch What Culture.
Right.
We watch Cultaholic.
Right.
Yeah.
We watch Your Mama.
No.
Anyway, I am the War Machine with the Rodimus Prime and the mainstream Malcolm, the dual champion.
We watch Sports Center's top 10.
Y'all do. I
I
do.
do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do.
I mean, nothing against you. I'm just saying, I don't pay attention to Sports Center at all.
Okay.
I'm not a sport guy like you guys are.
Yeah.
I only care about college football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but we are here today to count down the top 10 moves we think are going to happen in the 2018 SuperStar Shakeup, with the only antithesis that I pick out that I get the number 10 slot. But our qualifications for this are, it's not anybody protected, like Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan,
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Well, no, Seth Rollins is on here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Anyway, but yeah, like major champions aren't going to move over. So let's go and get started, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 10, Ty Dillinger. Now, before you guys say, oh, you only picked him for number 10 because number 10, I have a really good explanation for that. Send him to...
10 reasons why we should give a fuck.
I got one reason. Send him to Raw because Elias. Think about it. He was crap in NXT. They call him up. He went up.
Mm-hmm.
His gimmick got better. He put on higher quality matches. They used him a lot more. I think the same could be said if Ty Dillinger goes to Raw.
I can see that.
I can see that happening, too.
So,
Because he definitely is one of these guys and gals that needs a refreshing, so to speak.
Yeah,
They need to hit the reset button on Ty Dillinger ASAP.
he's been horribly underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, the closest he got to anything was United States champion. And he got screwed over in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ty Dillinger to Raw. That's number 10. Number 9, Baron Corbin to Raw. Hey.
I'm going to Raw. This ain't SmackDown. This is Raw.
I mean, Rod, go ahead and elaborate for us.
Well, Baron Corbin, he's practically done all he can do on SmackDown. So, I mean, he's won the Money in the Bank. He's been United States champion. He came on the scene, and, why not send him to Raw where he can feud with the likes of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. I mean, hell, he could even feud with the likes of, I'll say the Apollo Crews. Even though Baron Corbin, hear me out. Hear me out.
Just Apollo.
It's Apollo.
Apollo, hear me out. Even though all of us will say Baron Corbin, I think he could be somewhat decent.
I mean, Apollo Crews has stepped up his body of work, but Baron Corbin's going to beat the hell out of him.
I mean, I know.
I thought you were going to say he could feud with Braun Strowman.
Well, that too.
But Braun Strowman would beat him flat out. I don't know. They could form a tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they won't have children. I mean, being
fucked up already. It's too late.
Baron won't team up with a kid like Braun did at WrestleMania.
Thank you for fixing that.
Yeah.
Rephrasing that. So, yeah. Baron Corbin.
You know what I meant. Shut up.
Baron Corbin to Raw. Number 8, Becky Lynch to Raw.
Yes.
She's one of these folks that could definitely use the refresh button.
Yeah, they definitely need to hit the reset button on Becky because, when they first did it, she became the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. Mm-hmm. And since then, it's just been teeter-tottering with Becky. Put her on Raw, have her feud with the likes of Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, depending on what they do with her. If they keep Bayley or Sasha on there.
Yeah, have her feud with Bayley. That'd be a good series.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see Becky going heel in that one.
But they don't need to sleep on Becky Lynch. No pun intended, but she's hot right now.
Mm-hmm. She's on fire.
I mean, she's incredibly over with the crowd. You know, they need to reset with her.
Yeah.
Number 7, Bar to SmackDown.
They have definitely set the bar on Monday Night Raw.
They don't need. They're not emergency refreshers, but they do need a kind of a clean slate.
Yeah.
Because they've run through the tag division, with the exception of Braun Strowman and that fucking kid. They've run through. They've run through the tag division, and they've beaten everybody. Even though some of the folks that they've beaten shouldn't have. They shouldn't have went over on.
I could actually, as much as I hate the Bludgeon Brothers gimmick, I could see them feuding with them. I think that'd be pretty good.
But if they get sent to SmackDown, I don't think I want to see. Well, I really want to see one feud and one feud alone.
What's that?
Against the Usos.
Hell yeah.
They would tear it up.
Yes.
I mean, I would not be upset with New Day versus Bar. We get a rehashing of that one.
Yeah.
Or Benjamin and Gable.
Yeah. I mean, they got some opportunities on SmackDown, so they've done all that they can do on Raw. Send them to SmackDown. Let them win. Let them go for the tag titles over there.
Yeah. Number 6, Johnny Gargano to SmackDown.
Yeah, a lot of people say, if he goes to 205 Live, he'll just be another face, and it's really a step down because
Excuse me.
Oh God.
After
You good though?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
After Takeover Nolans, I don't think he's going to go to 205 Live because he's a guaranteed star maker. 2 5-star matches.
Yeah, and if he goes to 205, no disrespect, but it'll just be like he's in NXT all over again.
But that also depends on, what happens with the 205 Live product.
Excuse me.
Because if they treat it as a destination rather than a stop, then there's no hope for him.
Yeah.
No.
But if they bring him up to 205 Live with the intent to bring him up to the main roster, I could buy that.
Yeah, because, you put him on SmackDown, he's got hella people to feud with. Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles,
Daniel Bryan,
Shelton Benjamin,
Shinsuke Nakamura,
Chad Gable.
Yo Mama.
Your daddy. Your bald-headed granny.
Fuck both of y'all.
But no, Johnny Gargano to SmackDown, best move ever.
Yes.
Number 5, Sin Cara to 205 Live. We're not going to spend too much time here other than saying, do something or let him go.
Yeah.
Cause,
all he's going to do is botch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because, we've just seen him bump around, gimmick match to gimmick match, to gimmick match. So, send him 205 Live or let him go.
Yeah.
Or else.
Put him out of his misery. Number 4, the Usos to Raw.
It's the same way with the Bar. Send the Usos to Monday Night Raw. They have people to feud with. They've done all that they can do on SmackDown. So,
excuse me.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, they could definitely put on a masterclass against the Revival, against the Club, who have gotten the shallow end of the shovel.
Yeah, even though they've won the tag titles once, they've still been eh.
Yeah, but that was a fart in the pan.
I could see him feuding with Titus Worldwide. Even though the Usos would win that one.
Yeah, I was about to say, Titus Worldwide would get...
Yeah.
Real quick.
It's not going to be like how they did with Bar.
Yeah. Number 3, Rusev Day is on Monday nights.
Yes, please put Rusev on Monday Night Raw. Why not have him go, if he's not going to go for the Universal, have him go for the Intercontinental title. He could feud with people like The Miz, Seth Rollins, when Dean Ambrose comes back. He could feud with him.
Finn Balor.
Shit. He's got a lot of people to feud with.
Hell, he could feud with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Once they started cooling off on Bobby Lashley.
Or Elias.
Definitely Elias.
Yeah.
No. You don't need to feud with Elias.
The Miz. Did I say The Miz?
You already said The Miz.
Okay.
He was the first one you said. But no. He doesn't need to feud with Elias.
You almost said fuse.
He needs to fuse with Elias. He needs to have Elias come into the Rusev Day, movement. He could be the instrumental.
Make them a trio.
Yeah.
I'd actually go with that. I get behind that like I'm getting behind this. I'm just playing.
But definitely move him to Raw. If they want to keep him rather than let him go, and actually treat him like he's worth the damn that he is.
Yes, because Rusev Day is popping. Every day is fucking Rusev Day. Why can't they fucking get that? Every day.
Because they're dumb asses.
Besides that, every fucking day, Malcolm, is Rusev Day.
I know it is.
Tomorrow will be Rusev Day.
It's Sunday. The 7th.
Monday will be Rusev Day.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day,
And
the
the
next
next motherfucking day.
Like I said, Rusev Day, 24/7, 365.
Forever.
Amen.
Forever.
For life.
That too.
Anyway, send him to Raw. But speaking of for life, number 2, Finn Balor to SmackDown.
For
Yes.
life.
For life. No, not for life. I want him to come back.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna go back to Raw sooner or later. But
Anyway.
that was a joke.
But send him to SmackDown so we can get a series between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Get a series between, cool guy Finn Balor and heel guy Shinsuke Nakamura. Finn versus Daniel Bryan.
Finn versus Shelton Benjamin.
Finn Balor versus the whole goddamn world.
Yes.
Include Captain Falcon New Japan.
Who the fuck's that?
I mean,
What the fuck is that?
if you send him to SmackDown, I wouldn't necessarily do it right away, but he'd definitely be in contention for this.
Oh, definitely.
He'd definitely be in contention for this.
Have him sniff at it for a couple of weeks, up to a month.
Yeah.
And then get him ready for it.
Yeah. Put some seasoning on it, and then when it comes out, great. Then
When it comes out the oven, put it back in the oven.
yeah.
Anyway, number 1, the mid-card titles switch.
Mid-carders.
We get Jinder Mahal on Raw, even though
Boo.
whatever. And then we get the Architect to improve on the house that Styles built.
Yay!
Because matches with him, Daniel Bryan, matches with him and Shinsuke, AJ Styles. It's limitless possibilities with this shakeup here.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Jinder Mahal and Samoa Joe, Joe would kick his ass.
Oh, I would love it.
Yes. Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. That would tear the house down. Him versus AJ. Come on now.
Okay, both of them would fit if they swap shows, because you look at SmackDown, and SmackDown is becoming the wrestling show. Because look at all those phenomenal talents you have on there. No pun intended. You got AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Gable, Benjamin, Usos, New Day. Guys that can actually go in there and put on a wrestling match.
Yes.
So, Seth would fit right in that little niche.
And like I said, it's limitless possibilities with this shakeup.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know what's going to happen, who's going to go where. Because, we could get some more NXT call-ups.
I'm going to SmackDown. I'll become a wrestler one day.
Yeah, you're going to be squished. But to add to my point, Jinder Mahal would fit nicely on Raw. Because he's a good heel that can be, jobbed out.
Yeah.
Because, not that many people care about him anymore.
It's sad.
I've gotten tired of him.
Me
Anyway,
too.
but he's just serious enough to be a heel threat for, one of the mid-card belts. I'm not going to go so far as to say, he's a threat for the Universal belt.
That's not going to happen ever.
Well, if they decide to, pull a Sheamus and have him beat Roman Reigns clean for the Universal title,
Then I'll love that.
yeah, then they could give Roman Reigns, something to fight against.
Yeah.
Instead of having him, just beat fucking Superman.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that shit.
That Superman punch shit.
No, building him like Superman, finishers don't do anything. Him eating all those F5s and kicking out.
That was pretty much in the bag for him to do that, so.
Okay, kicking out of one F5, that's good. But kicking out of
I got Brock Lesnar said, motherfucker.
Yeah. But kicking out of 5 different F5s, no. That's getting fucking stupid.
Well, like I said, it was in the bag because every person that Brock faced, no one kicked out of the F5. So you knew it was going to be saved for that night.
Well, okay. What I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to build Roman Reigns as a relatable face, stop booking him like Superman. Book him like Rocky. You know, every Rocky movie, Rocky gets his ass whipped. But by the end of the movie, he wins. Except for the first one, where it was a draw. But still, he fought against the odds and he won. He wasn't overpowered from the start.
Yeah.
So, it's enough about Roman Reigns. You know, he's not going anywhere.
I'm tired
He's going to Raw.
I'm tired of that motherfucker. Fucking Roman Reigns over here.
You'll be back on him once they cool him off and then reintroduce him.
Repackage them all together. It's the house.
Get rid of that fucking big dog moniker. It's fun for us because we get to make fun of it. You know, big dog, my yard.
I hate that big dog shit.
Mailman, get out of my yard.
Woof woof.
Big dog, woof woof.
Big dog, woof woof, my yard.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But yeah, that is our first episode of the 10, our top 10 countdown, where today we talked about the SuperStar Shakeup 2018 and what we think will happen. Just a quick refresher course: Ty Dillinger to Raw, Baron Corbin to Raw, Becky Lynch to Raw, Bar to SmackDown.
Did you say Becky? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You got it.
Bar to SmackDown, Gargano to SmackDown, Sin Cara to 205 Live, Usos, Rusev to Raw, Finn Balor to SmackDown, and swap the mid-card belts. So, that'll do it for this episode. Mainstream Malcolm, Rodimus Prime, War Machine. See you guys next time.
Yeah.